in terms of outlook, while India rallies its way to a $5 trillion economy, since it's only a question of when, because everyone knows it's going to happen. And while India rallies, there is also this disruption that is coming from technology's end, which is fairly rapid. On the one hand, we understand that it's important to be in growth, which is where AAA's focus is. But how do you also safeguard yourself from the technology disruption that could sort of change your plans?
Wow, I think it's a great question, and I think it makes that VUCA, what I talked about, it accelerates the disruption today. It accelerates that actually VUCA of the business cycle, and therefore to that extent, business cycles becoming more and more shorter. They are becoming shorter every day, and therefore more important is to focus again on not only what to buy but also when to sell. So disruption is accelerating, no doubt about it. But you also need to understand the benefit of disruption and what is causing this disruption. It is the internet ubiquity. It is the democracy of internet, which is resulting into the faster digital economy. And that in turn changes the business models. Correct? So every company, irrespective of how big the company is, they need to be aware about the risk of disruption, because if they do not take the required steps, then these companies can also become the history. Am I right?
Right.
And therefore it is very important to keep in mind the innovation, what your companies in your portfolio are doing. So we have actually very important innovation framework, very detailed innovation framework for each of our portfolio company. And it is just not the disruption. It is more importantly the innovation what you do, so that you do not get disrupted, but rather you disrupt someone. So for example, one of our portfolio company, which is into capital goods company, they have basically implemented world's longest conveyor belt system for largest steel company in Karnataka very recently. It's the world's longest conveyor belt.
Okay.
The entire automation, electrification, implementation was done by one of our portfolio company, which is a MNC company listed in India.
Okay.
So I'm talking about such things. It is just not the digital. And digital is just not about the computers and software. It is much beyond that. It is about the robotics. It is about the artificial intelligence. It is about the process automation. It is about the the way in which the consumer behavior is changing and way in which enterprises gets benefit out of it, and so many more things. Correct. So it is very, very important to keep checking that what steps the managements of portfolio companies are taking to keep themselves ahead of the competitors. Because if they do not do that, then their market share may not remain at what they are enjoying today. And now think of it. Who has a muscle to do that? Because it requires strong cash flow to do that, am I right?
Yes.
And all of our portfolio companies are
more than 100 crore in net profit.
They are large in profit size, they are market leaders, they are debt free, and they have a strong cash flow. So at least they have an ability to reinvest the cash flow. They have an ability to take chances of innovation, and you may fail in innovation, which is fine. They have a hunger to grow faster, correct? And they have a willingness, and most important is ability. Some other company, number 11 company, number 12 company also might want to do, but they have a debt equity ratio of 3:1. Even if they want to do it, they can't do it. Correct? So our portfolio companies are actually in a very, very sweet spot, and they are constantly innovating themselves in terms of reaching to the clients, in terms of changing their supply chain management, in terms of implementing the best of the softwares, in terms of making the plants automation, in terms of introducing the new technologies for their clients. And that's basically what business mode is all about.